Hello everyone, Namaskar. I'm Monica and you're watching Mom's Advice. Before I take on, let me wish you all a happy Republic Day. We are proud to be an Indian because lucky are those who are born in this great country. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Now getting into the topic, let me tell you, in any exam, content is king. So you need to know the topic very well. You need to attend your answer correctly and appropriately. But same time, you should know how to present your paper. अगर आपको पेपर में सब कुछ आता है लेकिन पता नहीं है कि अप्रोप्रिएटली उसको प्रेजेंट कैसे करें, प्रॉपरली इंप्रेसिव तरीके से उसको प्रेजेंट कैसे करें, तो यू मे लूज आउट योर मार्क्स. So friends, today in the final episode on examination, I am going to give you all the tips and tricks on paper presentation, or I should say I am going to tell you how to present your answer sheets in board examination to get good marks. As we all agree, first impression is the last impression. So quickly, chalo, take out your pen and paper and note down all the points which you should be taking care while presenting your answer sheet, and stay tuned till the end so that you don't miss out any important point. And finally, you take Mom's advice, bestest wishes for your examination. Before I start, let me tell you, you can use only blue or black ballpoint for the examination. Use blue pen for writing your examination and black pen for underlining or some marking some keywords or some facts and figures which you want to highlight in your exam. Firstly, let me show you the sample of answer sheet. So more or less, you may get similar booklet on your examination. Here you are supposed to write the subject, day and date of examination, medium, your name, your roll number. Fill in all these circles properly. Give all your personal details correctly. Avoid mistakes. And in case there is some erroneous mistake, inform the invigilator so that the necessary action can be taken same time. Number 2, for the best presentation, it's always advisable to draw the margins. Draw left as well as right margin on your answer sheet to keep your content intact and proper. This also helps the answer to be written in a proper space and gives you some extra space for doing calculation in case there is a numerical equation, that too using pencil. जब ये पेपर इवैल्यूएटर्स के पास जाता है तो कई बार गलती से ये साइड से शीट्स टीयर हो जाती हैं. सो इफ यू आर राइटिंग इन बिटवीन द मार्जिन्स, योर कंटेंट विल रिमेन इंटैक्ट. 10th class students, those who are writing first time, just see these sheets are horizontal. कई बार बच्चे इसको दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर लेते हैं. यहाँ आधा लिखते हैं, देन कंटिन्यू करते हैं. Don't do that. Even if it's a small statement, mathematics, you have some statement which is getting over here. You continue writing it till you come to the end and then go to the next sheet. Point number 3, correct question number and legible writing. Section and question number to be written in capital letter. Write question number inside the left margin. Write answers in neat and legible writing throughout to make your work look uniform and appealing. Keep the answer sheet as neat as possible so that examiner can understand what you have written and your overall impression is good. Try not to use, if you are left with few lines at the end, if you need to start a new answer or draw a diagram or some important thing, you can leave these few lines and start from the fresh page. Point number 4, try to give your answers in points wherever possible, with most important point first. If it is a theoretical question, then the answers need to be divided into 3 sub-points. You can first give the introduction, then you can elaborate, which can be given in points, and then don't forget, once you finish, you can conclude your answer and make use of your black ink to highlight the points, important points. In case you have some keywords, you can underline the keywords. But remember, never highlight the words which you are not sure about, otherwise you may land up in a soup. Next, point number 5. If there is any question, write differences or distinguish between, then it's always good to make column using ruler and pencil and write the differences. In case it's a 2 marks problem, it's better to give 4 points with some example, and if it's a 5 marks question, then give more than 6 points and some examples. Point number 6, use pictographic content wherever possible along with answers, as your knowledge is easily noticeable and visible to fetch full marks. You may draw flowchart, diagrams, even if it's not asked in the paper, but you can elaborate your answer more using the pictographic form. Point number 7, all diagrams or any table to be drawn neatly using sharp pencil. Don't forget to give the title to your diagram and label the diagram properly. Very important. Point number 8, even graphs to be done using sharp pencil in case you have a graph problem. Don't forget to put the question number, your roll number, and when you do the graph, writing scale is must. Label your x-axis, y-axis. Similarly, if you have map, then again don't forget to mention question number, your roll number, using a sharp pencil, writing the keys. And remember, when you put these maps and graphs, then you should better tie these sheets inside your answer booklet. Don't put these sheets at the end. These sheets might come out. So tie these sheets somewhere in between your answer booklet. Point number 9. In mathematics, there is a certain sequence which is followed. Firstly, what is given to you, then next comes what you need to find out, that means to prove, then comes formulae, or if it's you have done some construction, then mentioning that, then comes the proof part, and at last don't forget to put your answer inside a box to highlight, and if it's a solution, don't forget to put the units for the solution. Avoid using this margin area, because usually this margin area is used for marking your questions or giving you marks. You may use this area for doing your rough work using your pencil, but remember to erase it prior submission of your answer booklet. Point number 10, for comprehension in English, it's better to read the questions first and then read the passage. So when you read the passage, you know exactly what you have been asked, and this will definitely save your time. Point number 11, try not to exceed the given word limit. Write brief, succinct, to the point. Don't give unnecessarily information or some stories. It is very irritating for evaluators to see the unwanted information in the answers. And if you are not very confident about the answer, it's better not to write irrelevant point and waste your time. Rather, focus on the questions which you want to answer. Point number 12. Try to write answers in same order as they appear in question paper. You may choose one complete section to answer first. Let's say you choose section C to answer first, then answer all the questions given under section C. Let's say you don't know one particular answer. You may leave some space in your answer sheet to answer that particular question, and you can get back later. And by any chance, if that empty space is not utilized, it's better to strike off that space neatly prior submitting your answer booklet. Point number 13. Never use any short forms. It's always better to use the expanded form and specific technical terms in the exam. Point number 14. In case of any mistake, just strike off with a single line. No scribbling, no scratching, no overwriting. Point number 15. Leave 2 to 3 rows space between every question and draw a line at the end of every question. Extra spacing demarcates the question. And in case आपका कुछ point छूट गया इस particular question का, you may later add on when you revise your answers. Point number 16. This time you have MCQs, so just don't write only the choice. Write your correct answer along with choice. Point number 17. Don't forget to write your roll number in each supplementary or additional you use. Point number 18. Finally, check that you have answered all the questions and you have written all the question number correctly. Point number 19. Tick off completed questions in your question paper so that you have not missed out any question. Point number 20. At last, we know in board exams there is no negative marking. So try attempting all the questions without fail. Friends, now it's time to ponder. First one, remember, this is not your last and final opportunity to be successful. Number 2, in life you have to face many more and bigger challenges. And believe on yourself, you have potential to prove it. Everybody has potential to prove it. And you all will do it. So friends, now you may take my sincere advice for your exams. All of you, stay positive, stay calm, stay focused. God will surely bless you with good results. Wishing you all the good luck. Hope this detailed paper presentation is going to help you somewhere. Wishing you all oceans of good luck for your pre-board and upcoming board examination. Stay tuned, stay safe. See you. Bye-bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.